my name is Tasos Nikopoulos. I'm the author of my book, My Journey to My Dream. I was born and raised in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
Tell us about the beginning of the book and why it came about.
Wow. So over the past 10 years of my life, this is what my book is about. I sit down at the end of every month and I write a journal about my singing, my dancing, and my acting. And I always wanted to write a book. I never knew how. It was this idea. And one day I was inspired by wanting to get my message out, to tell people to live their life and chase their dreams, and at the same time promoting myself as an artist.
How did you, if we go before the book, you said you danced, you sang. How did you get into that?
I was, when I was in grade 6, I was lucky that one of the few schools in Hamilton, in my city, they had a dramatic arts program, and I took the first class in grade 6 and I enjoyed it. And then from then on in, we did plays and musicals up throughout high school. I took a break once I went to university, and then after I got right back into it, and I ended up starting to become a professional ballroom dancer as well. So I teach ballroom dancing, and I trained for musical theater, and I sing a bit of maybe jazz songs too. And then I got into acting about 5 years ago again. So it's been an ongoing process since I've been a young lad, if you want to say.
You've mentioned that it's important for you to get your message out. Why? Because
in life, I think a lot of people want to do things, and they have dreams, and I mean, they want to chase something, and people are afraid to do things, whether it's, move out and do something different and travel the world, or leave their job, or, and I think it's important that you love what you do and to have a dream, and I think it's important to chase your dreams and enjoy them. And I think if you love something, and you shouldn't be afraid, because I think what stops people in life is fear.
Was there one particular event or a character that triggered you really wanting to get your message out?
I remember when I was 17 years old, I did some volunteering in school, and I remember there was a lady that I had volunteered with. This was at a primary school, and this woman disliked her job very, very much. And I said to myself inside, I said, I'm never, at the time she was 50 years old and I was 17. And I remember saying to myself, I never want to be like that. I don't want to wake up when I'm 50 or 60 or even 40 years old and say, I truly despise what I do. And it made me sad to look at something like that. And I said, from then on in, I started finding ways to make money with everything that I love to do.
How far have you traveled to promote your dream?
Well, I've been I've been to auditions. I've gone as far as Greece to try to get on Dancing with the Stars. I had got on the show, and then the show fell apart, and and then I've gone even to Florida to audition to try to get on cruise lines. I've gone to New York City. I do a lot of stuff around Toronto and Hamilton area where I'm from, because they do there is a lot of filming of shows there. So at this point, I'm pretty much, I love it, and I pretty much do just about anything to see my dreams are met.
What has been the result of promoting your dream, promoting your book?
The results.
Have you been able to experience seeing somebody actually change and turn around?
Actually, I've just put it out in August, and a bunch of people have read it, and I got a couple of notes back from people telling me that they were inspired, and they were really happy that I wrote my book, and that it inspired them to continue chasing their their dreams. Actually, I just had an idea. I thought a couple of days ago, I did a small ballroom show with my boss in Woodbridge, Ontario at Chalbella Dance Studio. And the gentleman that played the accordion in Stereo Love by Mia Martina, he was there, and he played the accordion, and he didn't read my book yet, but he wanted to buy it, but he got the synopsis of it, and he sent me a really nice message stating that, you know, I just inspired him more to move forward. And this gentleman is a retired principal, you know, and so, I mean, if he could do it, and, you know, he got a neat little, a nice gig out of it, he started writing music, and it really made me happy to see that, to hear that.
How did you feel when you were writing or taking your personal notes and putting them to paper for everyone to see?
Oh, wow. It was kind of strange, because sometimes I wanted to stop, because it was my personal story, and at some points I was like, oh wow, I'm letting the world come into my world. And I guess at the end of it, I started to become more, I don't want to say happy. I was always happy writing the book, but it made it feel more real, because then I can be real with people, and people can actually, and hopefully people will be inspired by what I have written.
Where can one obtain the book?
It's just on about every electronic website. So if you Google My Journey to My Dream, most websites will come up, but it's also on Amazon.ca, the Canadian one. It's on Barnes & Nobles. It's on friesenpress.com. It's on iBooks, Google Books, Google Play, just about every major electronic website out there. So if you Google it, something should pop up.
What has been
Success so far. What I've been doing is I have 4 events that I've done that I will be doing, and each event, what I do is I go to communities and organizations, and I promote my book, and I do a 15-minute motivational talk. And I get them to buy between 50 and 100 books to the community, and I do a book signing, and I donate 60% of the money back to their community. So far, I guess it's successful, because they say the average self-published author usually sells about 200 or 250 books, if I'm not mistaken. So I should be at about 300 by now.
Good.
Once all the events. So I guess that's successful.
Are there other books in your mind, so to speak?
Absolutely. This book goes up to January of 2014. I started rejournaling again. So I started sitting down. I did the same process over again, and I just started writing my journals again. And again, I also started writing a second book too. And that second book is a different way of writing a biography. But I can't let you know the title.
When you originally started doing your journals, did you have a book in mind, or was it merely journaling? Because I've traveled a lot and I've done so much, I remember a relative of mine had said, you know, Taso, you should start journaling, because when you get my age, he was in his late 70s at the time, and he's still around and alive and healthy, and he goes, you can read back on everything and look at your journals, and you'll remember what you've done through your life. And I'm like, oh yeah, I should start recording some of these things. And then I was really inspired at one other point too, that I had went to go see Nia Vardalos. She's the one who did my Big Fat Greek Wedding, and she's Greek Canadian. And I went to one of her book events and book signings, and I saw how her book was successful and how she delivered her message to people. And I was just like, oh wow, you know, maybe I should put a book together. And so I took all of my journals, I put my book together, and I found a way and this is my way of promoting my message, and I guess myself as an artist.
So how many years of journaling are covered in your book?
This is about 10 years of journaling that I've covered in my book.
When you do your motivational talks, are they based on your book?
Because I've tied in the conclusion and of the book, what I did is, near the end of the book, I tied in the entire book to tell people to chase their dreams and live their life and to the fullest, and that's how I do speak about my motivational. Sorry, I do speak about the story about that.
Anything else to add?
No, I guess that pretty much covers everything. Thank you very much for the interview, and I hope people in the area enjoy my book and go online and purchase it.
Thank you.
Thank you.